The friendly game between Brazil and Tunisia ended in a 1-1 draw, and there are a lot of things that we were able to discover from that game. You know, top of the list is the performance of Estevao Williams. But before we talk about that, Tunisia did us proud because African teams have been losing woefully to all the South American teams that they have met and the European teams that they have met. And it calls to mind, you know, the worry about what are African teams really doing. Are they really going to represent us well? But this draw against Brazil from Tunisia, you know, is a breath of fresh air. Though Brazil would have won that game if Paqueta converted the second penalty after, you know, Estevao Williams converted the first penalty. And then there was a shot that Estevao Williams took and it, you know, struck the bar. You know, that could be a turning point for Brazil, but then it didn't happen, and it happens in football. It happens in football. So the 1-1 draw is a good one. The Tunisian team, you know, represented Africa well. Let's go back to Estevao Williams. This guy's performance is becoming scintillating. He is now trying to, you know, acclimatize with everything about football, the physicality about football, you know, the dribbling and all. Look at his performance. It is becoming clearer by the day that he embodies Neymar in dribbling, embodies Messi in directness, because once you watch him as he's dribbling, he's moving forward. As he's dribbling, he's moving forward. And then the penalty also showed us a little about, you know that presence of Lampard in him. Lampard is that penalty taker that does not, you know, try to place the ball or try to play a tricky penalty. No, it comes with the power and accuracy. Power and accuracy, and that is what we saw from Estevao Williams yesterday. The penalty was wonderful. It was a powerful one, and you could see that the players just carried the penalty. You know, when they got the penalty, they just took the ball and handed it over to Estevao Williams, trying to tell him, you are the man. You are the man currently. You are the face of this Brazilian team currently. Go and, you know, slot this ball into the net, and he did it excellently well. The second penalty came, though he wanted to, Estevao Williams wanted to get that penalty, but then he didn't want to say it out loud. He was just moving around the players and expecting them to hand it over to him like they did in the first one, but they didn't give it to him. And then Vini Jr. and Paqueta was now, you know, arguing on who was going to take the penalty, because Vini Jr. wanted to take that penalty, and in the end, Paqueta decided to take the penalty and missed that penalty. And so that was, you know, the high. Okay, another highlight of the game was, you know, the shot that Estevao Williams took, the dribbling. You know, it was marvelous. He had an 8.4, I think 8.4, 8.5 rating in that game. He was the highest. You know, his performance was marvelous. Estevao Williams is becoming the face of Brazil, and soon will become the face of Chelsea. Look at the Real Madrid team. They are complaining seriously that they scouted Estevao, but then they weren't convinced enough to, you know, go in for him and get him at that moment. And now they are saying that he is now revealing his true potentials. They are now very annoyed with themselves that they allowed him slip off their finger. This is Estevao Williams. Watch out for this name, Estevao Williams.